Today's very auspicious day, Ananta Caturdashi, and there is Ananta Caturdashi Vrata. Ananta means Ananta Dev, Supreme Lord. Shesh Bhagavan means last manifestation. Karanada Kashai, Garbhoda Kashai, Kiroda Kashai, and Shesh means he is the last one manifested. There is no further than Avatar Shesh. He is in the form of snake with 1,000 heads or hoods, and he is holding universe. He is Anantadev. He is always singing the glories of Supreme Lord continuously. Until now, he did not find end to Supreme Lord's qualities. He is the expansion of Nityananda Prabhu or Baladev Prabhu. Chaturdashi means 14th lunar day. Tomorrow will be Purnima, full moon. So it is scriptural injunction in Bhavishyata Puran that on Ananta Chaturdashi, generally in India they think only women should do, but our Gurudev told it is for both men and women. They should worship Anantadev on today's day by making a deity of him from kusha grass and like a snake form from kusha grass. Kusha grass is very long, so you make a deity of snake and then you have to put him on earthen pot, and then you have to worship him with flowers and sandalwood paste. Then all your sinful reactions will be destroyed. You will get all kind of welfare. And you can get prem also. So on today's day we have to do this, at least mentally. Then also today is Disappearance Day of Srila Bhakti began Bharati Gosvami Maharaj and Haridas Thakur. So our Bharati Maharaj, he appeared in high class Brahmin family. He was very learned from childhood and also ideal character. Then he became attracted to our Parangurudev and he joined the mission. And at first he said I had to clear some of my Brahminical samskaras to fully convert to spiritual, this transcendental perception and calculation and all the rules and regulations and all this. But by the grace of, he said, by the grace of my Gurudev, I could overcome those things. Then he was engaged in all sorts of services in the mat, especially also for construction work of all our mats. When he joined, that was in Calcutta, that was rented place. Then from that time, our Chaitanya Gauriya mat started. So then all constructions, even this, our mat in Kolkata, where it is now Satish Mukherjee Road, he was supervising. Means it is built by his direction, because he's architect by profession. And other mats also. So our Gurudev told that when we started building this Calcutta mat, there was some other building there, but they demolished it. Parangurudev said we will demolish it and make a new one suitable for bhajan. So, and that neighbor also started at the same time. But when that neighbor came to first floor and our mat was in first floor, then his work stopped and our mat got up to third floor already. Then Gurudev asked that neighbor why it is stopped. Then he said, because I hired one contractor and there is some problem. He took some cement and money and there is some problem and now I have to go into court case and all this. Then at that time Gurudev said, but we have our own sadhu architect, not hire anyone, our own, very good. So then that after some time that neighbor start to have kirtan, very loud kirtan of Mahamantra on that first floor. Some kirtan party he invited and they were very loud with mic top. And Gurudev said, how? Before we invited him many times to come to the mat, he never came. But now he became greater devotee than us. So loud Mahamantra, we cannot sleep whole night. Then Gurudev asked him, why you are suddenly doing this Mahamantra so loudly? Then he said, to win in the court. Then Gurudev used this example to show that some may do for other purposes. That is not pure name. So really he won the court case, but that he cannot get prema by that. So that time Gurudev said, we have our own architect, sadhu architect. Then in all this mats construction, and then he was also conducting South India parikrama in those places where Mahaprabhu went. He was organizing, means Bharati Maharaj was, first Parangurudev took in the beginning, there were a small group of disciples and then later on Bharati Maharaj used to lead this parikrama of South India and also North India, holy places, Haridas and all those places. But then later he got some accident in Puri, then that was stopped. He was in charge in Puri Mat also for some time, and then after disappearance of Parangurudev, he became general secretary. Our Gurudev became Acharya. He was secretary and was serving in that function for many years. Then in 2007, he told me in Chandigarh that I was very sick in Jagannath Puri. I already renounced from my post due to sickness, and I also prayed to Jagannath, you take me to you. Means he was about to leave this world, because that time our Gurudev also played the pastime of like almost disappearing. It looked like that in 2007 in Chandigarh. So in relation to this, Bharati Maharaj told me that for elevated souls, it is not like due to some disease or something, but it is by the desire of Krishna. Then Bharati Maharaj also gave his own example. I was praying to Jagannath, but he did not allow me. So then again I had to go. Our Gurudev also wanted to go, but Krishna did not allow. For 10 more years you have to stay. In 2007 this came. Then Bharati Maharaj was doing all kinds of services, Harikatha speaking and all Shastric consultation and everything, preaching programs everywhere, inspiring people. And it is my fortune also I could get his association, and also he helped me a lot. He answered many questions, inspired also I had to assist him when Srila Narayan Maharaj's disciples started to come to him to consult with him and take guidance. So at that time, in the beginning period, he used me as a medium, because their intonation is different, English, and in this way, you know, you heard those recordings. So then also towards the end of his lila, he came out of the mat because so many aspirants, they were requesting him to get initiation, and because it is in our mat, it is rule given by Parangurudev that only one Acharya can be there for Chaitanya Gauriya mat, but if any other disciple of Parangurudev wants to take disciples, he may do, Parangurudev said, but he has to make his separate mission. So Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj came out and made his own mission and was blessing many souls, guiding. And also I always tell that experience I had one time. I was mentally disturbed because of arrangement of prasad. Our Gurudev did not allow us to take prasad with chili, and another brahmachari was engaged, and it was not always regular, so I was always in dilemma. In one sense, it was prohibited to take that prasad, and this was not always, and then what to do. And one day I was disturbed because of this, but I went to hear Harikatha that time in 2009. Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj spoke, and it was in Hindi. At that time I did not yet understand so much Hindi, but I was listening, but also not fully attentive because of this, my mental, so much thinking and all this. But still I sat and I was hearing. Then suddenly it was as if I was awakened, and my concentration was fully on his Harikatha, and all my mental troubles, worries, everything was gone, and I felt some transcendental bliss from my heart, and I was fully attentive, as if awakened from something, and fully fixed there. Then Krishna from left side, means Radha Madhav, deities in Chandigarh, he let me know that Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj is speaking Harikatha for my satisfaction. He's singing my glories. So because you are hearing him, I am satisfied with you. So because of that, you got this experience. And at that time, I was totally didn't mind about prasad at all. After when that was happening, I was just tasting that transcendental bliss, and that was fully gone. No problem, nothing. But Krishna let me know that he's speaking for his satisfaction. So that is real Harikatha. We should not speak Harikatha for some ulterior motive, for name and fame, to impress others, or for collecting money, or like this. No, it should be for the satisfaction of Krishna. That time Krishna made me understand, because I am hearing this Harikatha which is for his satisfaction, automatically Krishna is satisfied with me. So I got that. Then Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj, at the end, he played the pastime of illness, and in that Faridabad, that mat, among devotees chanting Harinam, at noon time on today's day, very auspicious day, the same day as Haridas Thakur disappeared, noon time, he also left this world to enter into Golok Dham in the service of Radharani. that was only a few months after our Gurudev, same year. So I am remembering Srila Maharaj. He was very affectionate to me, although I have no qualities, but somehow he was very affectionate. Always he was happy when I came, and he helped me a lot. So I'm bowing down to Srila Maharaj and praying for his causeless mercy. Today is also the disappearance day of Srila Haridas Thakur. Our Gurudev wrote biography. I cannot read everything because it is long, but it is very good. Lila. In Gaur Ganadesh Dipika it is written that Haridas Thakur is a combined manifestation of Richik Muni's son, Brahma Mahatap, and Prahlad Maharaj, both. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is also written that on the order of Supreme Lord to show the insignificance of caste in the matter of devotional practice or devotees, he, on the order, Haridas Thakur took birth in low caste, means outcast, outside of Vedic in Muslim. So that was considered low because Brahma in Krishna Lila, after stealing cows and cowherd boys we heard during Purushottam, then he understood he committed offense and he prayed for forgiveness. Then he also said to Krishna that when you will become Gauranga Mahaprabhu in future, please give me some low birth. I don't want to have this high birth, then again I will be proud, I will commit offense to you. Give me some low birth. Then then Krishna told him, yes, you go to Antardvip in Navadvip and you worship Gauranga. Then Gauranga appeared in his heart. That was prior to appearance of Mahaprabhu. In his heart he appeared, our Gurudev told. Then he prayed, I want some low birth. I should not be proud. I should not commit offense to you. Then Gauranga Mahaprabhu always said, yes, you will take birth in a Muslim family, but you will be my pure devotee. You will chant 3 lakhs Harinam daily. And this Richik Muni's son, it is explained in Murari Gupta's that Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya, one book he wrote about Gaur Lila. There he wrote that this boy, Richik Muni, was worshipper of Bhagavan. Then one time he sent him to pick Tulsi for puja, and boy, he brought Tulsi leaves, but he did not wash them. There was dust and other things he did not wash. Then that Richik Muni became very angry and he said, you are not eligible to be Hindu. You can only be Mlecha. You are not washing. So that is Vedic society, means you have to wash your mouth, hands. You have to have clean cloth for puja and all this. Purity must be maintained for the worship of Krishna. So everything you bring from shop and the packages, you have to wash. Not with the same hand doing everything what you got from outside like this. That will not be, you have to keep everything clean for Krishna's service. So here, this happened, then his father cursed him that he will become Mlecha but he became a great devotee, Haridas. So he appeared in Bangladesh, and that was 35 years prior to Mahaprabhu. And for a Vaishnava to take birth, actually appearance in any forum, it doesn't matter. That is why, to show this, Haridas Thakur appeared in this forum, Hanuman appeared in monkey forum, Prahlad appeared in demon family, to show that this does not count, but devotion. Then he was from beginning, he was attached to chanting Harinam. Though Muslim, but he was chanting Harinam, Maha Mantra, 3 lakhs daily. It is not known exactly when. It is stated in Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita, but not in fully chronological order, past time. But the point is, he was always chanting Harinam, 3 lakhs daily, 1 lakh loudly, and 2 lakhs mentally, silently. Every day, 192 rounds. And he joined Mahaprabhu when he was, when Mahaprabhu came back from Gaya, about 50 years old when he met Mahaprabhu. But before that, he did pastime there in Benapole jungle. He was chanting Harinam. And there was one big landowner there, Hindu, Ramchandra Khan. So because Haridas Thakur was a real devotee, he used to stay in cottage and worship Tulsi, water Tulsi, and under Tulsi tree he used to chant. And because he was chanting pure name, our Gurudev told we are chanting same name, but our chanting is different than his chanting. His chanting is pure chanting, without offenses. So Supreme Lord appeared in his heart, and he was very effulgent and blissful, and everyone were attracted to him. So they also gave respect and other items they used to bring like this. So that Ramachandra Khan became envious, and he thought, I am a Brahmin here, he's a Muslim, and I have so much money. Why people they give respect to him? I will show what kind of sadhu he is. Then he brought prostitutes, and there was one most beautiful. He picked her, and she also was ready to bring down him, bring his character, ill repute. Then this is envy. So he sent that Lakshahira, and in a secluded place in forest, in the night, she came and she bowed down to Tulsi because she was also Hindu. And then she, with very beautiful cloth and earrings and hair, and with sweet words and with gestures and everything, and she also said, oh Haridas Thakur, you are so beautiful, young man. There is no woman in this world who can not be attracted to you, and in this way praising. So I want to be with you. Then Haridas Thakur said, okay, I can fulfill your desires, because she said you are Bancha Kalpatarubhyascha, wish fulfilling tree. Then he said, yes, I will fulfill your desire, but I decided that I will chant certain amount of Harinam, 10 crores of Harinam. When I will finish that, then I can fulfill your desires. I think maybe I will finish today. So better you wait here, you sit and you hear Harinam. But the whole night passed. Haridas Thakur was chanting in bliss. Then she had to go because it was morning, day came. Then Ramchandra Khan asked her and she said, he said he will fulfill my desire but not yet. So today again I will go. Then she again went and same thing. He said, I am very sorry. Yesterday I thought I will finish but I could not finish. I am very sorry. But I will fulfill your desire when I will finish. I think today I might finish, so you just sit here and hear. And she was hearing whole night. Then again same thing happened, and on the third night when she came and hearing Harinam, that time all her pollution in her heart was cleared by Harinam, and she was touched and she came to senses, and then she regretted her evil intention and she surrendered to Haridas Thakur, and then she admitted, actually I came with this purpose. Then Haridas Thakur said, I already knew. When you came first time, I knew what is your intention. Because pure devotee sees everything. Because Supreme Lord is manifest in his heart. And he has pure vision. Everything he sees. So he said, on that day I could leave. But out of compassion, I stayed here. I wanted to grace you. So then she was fully surrendered to Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur said, she said, you please rescue me. I'm most sinful. Then he said, yes, you have to take this Mahamantra. Then he initiated her into Mahamantra and told her, you distribute all that money which you got by your prostitution, you give to temples, Brahmins, Vaishnavas, you give all money. And with one loin cloth you come here and also shave your head. Because with that hair you attracted other men, so that has to be removed now. No trace of that past should remain. And he told her, you bow down to Tulsi, you water Tulsi, worship Tulsi, and you sit in this cottage. I will go to some other place. You sit here and you chant Harinam. Then you will get everything. And she did. Firm faith in Gurudev. And she became pure devotee, great Vaishnavi, so that people from all over, they start to visit her also, to take her darshan. And that Ramachandra Khan was later punished by Nityananda Prabhu when he came there to his house many years later, but that is recorded, so that Ramachandra Khan was ruined. He even disrespected Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu came as guest and he wanted to put him in cowshed. Then Nityananda Prabhu was smiling. Whole universes are within me. Everything is coming from me. And he has no place. He was smiling, but he became angry, and that Ramchandra Khan was ruined. And also all those villagers who supported him, that plan to bring down Haridas, they were also all ruined. That is the consequence of Vaishnava Aparadha. So we have to be very careful in behaving with sadhus. Then Haridas Thakur also was in one cave. He was doing bhajan, and many people used to come to stay with him, but there was some gas coming all the time, but Haridas Thakur did not notice because he was in Harinam. Then they understood there is some big snake there. And they told him, you have to move away from here. But he did not notice even. Then when Haridas Thakur already decided, okay, you are requesting, so I will move. That time that snake came out. And our Gurudev told that not by words, but that snake let Haridas Thakur know and others that I was staying here to hear Harinam. That is why I was staying. But it is not that Haridas should go somewhere. I will go somewhere else if I'm disturbing. But she was hearing Harinam. Then also there were some complaints against Haridas Thakur by Muslims, and they took him to Qazi, not Chand Qazi, another one, administrator, and they said this is very serious matter. He's becoming very famous, he's Muslim, but chanting Hindu name, Hindu God's name. Then others will also follow. Then they brought him there, and that Qazi said, why you are doing this? You accepted very pure religion, Islam. Why you are chanting the name of another God? Then he said, God is only one, only name, there is a difference of name. And how he is inspiring each one to worship him, that is how he will worship him. So I'm inspired to chant Harinam. What is my fault? God is only one. Then he could not understand, because sectarian mentality, not realized soul. Then he said, no, you have to stop. Then Haridas Thakur, even if you cut my body to pieces and my prana, my life air goes out, still I will not stop chanting Harinam. Why? Because Haridas Thakur is realized soul. He knows Krishna is eternal, I in my real self am eternal, devotion is eternal. Atma is doing bhajan. Even if you kill my body, still I will not give up devotion to Krishna. Then he put him to jail, and those jailers, they were thinking, oh, now we will be rescued. They bowed down to Haridas Thakur, great saint, very famous. They prayed, you please rescue us. Then he said, no, where you are now, that is very good. Then they were astonished why he's saying like this. They were disappointed. Then seeing their disappointment, Haridas Thakur said, I did not mean you anything bad, like you have to suffer or something. But staying here in prison house, you have no other duty to do. If you would be outside in house, there's so many duties. Here you are getting your food and nothing to do. Whole day you can do bhajan. That is what I meant. It's a very good place for bhajan. This is how devotees see, because they have desire to do bhajan. We conditioned soul, we have desire to enjoy comfortable life and sense enjoyment like this. But devotee sees what is favorable for bhajan. Then, because Haridas Thakur did not stop, then that Qazi ordered that he should be killed in front of everyone by beating him, whipping him in 22 markets. And executioners came and they were beating him, and normally every normal man would die after 2 markets. But he did not die. And immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. He told him later on in Srivas Thakur's house, I came to kill them all with my Sudarshan Chakra, but I could not do, because you were always praying for them. Oh God, please forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. It is not their fault. So I could not kill them. So I just embraced you and I took all those beating on myself. And Mahaprabhu showed that. So like Prahlad, he was tortured want to be killed. Here this is same. So Haridas Thakur, they were beating, and at the end he did not die. All the time he was chanting Harinam. Then the executioners became worried. Now king will think, or that administrator, he will think, we did not do our job. He will kill us. Then Haridas Thakur said, oh, I don't want to give you any trouble. Okay, then I will die. And he died, means he entered Samadhi. No breathing was there. Then Qazi came and he said he is a Muslim, but he converted to Hindu, so he does not deserve to be buried. You throw him into Ganga, like Hindus they are doing. Then they threw him into Ganga, and then again Haridas Thakur revived himself and swam across Ganga and was chanting Harinam. Then all those Muslims understood Qazi also that he's a pir, means saint, pir in Muslim language. Pir means realized soul, saint. Then they all begged forgiveness from him, bowed down. They said, no, you can do whatever you like, and no restriction for you. Haridas Thakur was chanting Harinam. Then one time, one snake charmer was there, and he was playing flute and also singing the verses from Kaliya Daman Lila of Bhagavatam, how Krishna is subduing Kaliya by dancing on her. When hearing that Krishna Lila, Haridas Thakur was overcome by all ecstatical symptoms and was rolling on the ground also and saying Ha Krishna, and the atmosphere was totally different. By his ecstasy, everyone felt. Then they all gave respect to him and took dust from his lotus feet and all. So one Brahmin, he saw, oh, they're giving so much respect to him. I can also do this. His desire was name and fame. So he also started rolling on the ground and saying Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna. But that snake charmer understood that he's a fake, hypocrite. Our Gurudev said, everyone has enough common sense. Because one devotee asked Gurudev, how did they recognize that he's a fake? He said, Gurudev said, by common sense, everyone can understand that there is difference. So he beat him and he had to run away. Then also he came to stay near Advaita Acharya's house doing bhajan, and Advaita Acharya was appreciating Haridas Thakur fully, and Haridas Thakur also appreciated Advaita Acharya. Although they had different style, Haridas Thakur always chanting and Advaita Acharya was explaining Shastra. But both had mutual appreciation. And Advaita Acharya, when he was offering Shraddha to his forefathers, he offered that plate to guest, honorable guest, the most superior person will get that plate, so he gave it to Haridas. Then Haridas, out of natural humility, said, no, I'm insignificant, why you are giving, I'm not deserving, and you are going against Shastra. You should give to highest Brahmin, whoever is present, highest Brahmin. Then Advaita Acharya said, no, I'm not doing anything against Shastra. By feeding you, a Vaishnava, it is more than feeding so many thousands of Brahmins. I'm not going against Shastra, I'm following Shastra. So that was shown. And then Haridas Thakur also was tested by Maya Devi herself, personified Maya, Durga. She came also with very beautiful dress and all gestures and fragrance was coming from her and attractive. No one can resist her attraction. No one. Impossible. Only Haridas Thakur could. Why? Because he was having transcendental bliss, higher taste, so he was not attracted. After 3 days, same thing happened. He said, yes, I will fulfill your desire, but not, I have to finish my rounds. But did not happen because he's continuously chanting. So Maya Devi also, after 3 days, she admitted, I came to test you and you are real sadhu, so I am very much impressed and I am surrendering to you. I had aptitude to chant Ram name before to get liberation, but now I want to take Krishna name from you to get Krishna Prem. Then Haridas Thakur initiated Maya Devi into Harinam, Mahamantra. There are 2 initiations. One is Harinam Diksha, one is Mantra Diksha. Harinam Diksha is more important. That Mantra Diksha is to help only in bhajan of Harinam. Then Haridas Thakur was participating in kirtans in Srila Thakur's house and in Chandrasekharacharya's house and Nagar Sankirtan everywhere. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then Mahaprabhu also sent them Haridas Thakur and Nityananda to preach door to door, to request everyone to chant Harinam because Krishna is their father, mother, master, everything. With relation one has to chant, otherwise it will be Namabhas maximum. And Jagai Mada, they attacked them and they were running. Then Haridas Thakur said, I will not preach with Nityananda Prabhu. We almost got killed today. I'm an old man. He's young, he's energetic, he can do, but I'm an old man. Hardly I could escape today. So then next time, Nityananda went alone and rescued them. And then when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, also Mahaprabhu blessed him in Srivas Thakur's house, showed him this, how I embraced you when they were beating. Then Haridas Thakur, that was before, he came to the house of Balaramacharya, priest of Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranya Majumdar, father and uncle of Raghunath Goswami. So there he was doing bhajan. In hat they gave him, and Raghunath Goswami used to come to him and hear Harinam from him and bow down to him and praying for his grace. That is why later, by his blessing, also Raghunath Das Goswami became great devotee. Of course, he is eternal associate of Krishna, but showing the pastime that by the grace of real devotee one can get devotion. Then also there was a discussion there in that assembly. The Brahmins, they were discussing about the fruit of chanting Harinam. So some said, by chanting Harinam, all sins will be destroyed. Like in Karmakand, that Prayashchita. Some said, no, by chanting Harinam, one can destroy all sins and he can get liberation. That is the fruit. Then Haridas Thakur said, no, that is not the actual benefit of chanting Harinam. That is side effect only. By one Nama Bas only, by glimpse of one holy name, one Nama Bas, one can get liberation. That is not main fruit. Main fruit is to get love of God. Then one Brahmin there became disturbed. What is he saying? By one Nama Abbas, these Gyanis, Yogis, they are so many years they are doing tapasya and they cannot get that liberation. And he's saying, by one Nama Abbas, they will get, I don't accept this. It is not true. If it is not true, then he has to cut off his nose. In this way, he said. Then all were disturbed and they brought him out. Haridas Thakur did not take offense because he is pure devotee, no other respect, desire, these things, but he was sorry. And he told it is not his fault, he's argumentative. And even before, he told, it is not their fault they wanted to beat me. I was beaten because I heard some blasphemy of devotees, so that punishment was right for me. God sent that punishment, it was right. So why Haridas Thakur can be humble? Because he has real connection with Harinam. Harinam is Supreme Lord. In connection with Supreme Lord, automatically you are humble. You feel like nothing. One who is chanting real name, he can be humble. And one who is humble can chant real name. So then that because of committing offense to Haridas Thakur, behaving rudely to him, and also speaking false. So because Haridas Thakur said, yes, I agree. It is in Shastra, it is stated. If it is not true, I will cut off my nose. But it is true. So then after 3 days, he got leprosy and his nose melted down. That because he committed offense to Haridas Thakur. And then when Mahaprabhu took sannyas and went to Puri, also Haridas Thakur came. But he was staying back. Then Mahaprabhu asked, where is Haridas? They said, he's there. He does not want to come near Jagannath temple or Kashi Mishra's house. He thinks he's low. Then Mahaprabhu himself went to him and embraced him. And Haridas Thakur said, you please give me some place near to you, not there. And the others will touch me and I will commit offense. He was always humbler than the blade of grass. Then Mahaprabhu gave him that bakul tree from tooth stick of Jagannath, and that bakul tree grew immediately, and Haridas Thakur was chanting under that tree, and that tree also became perfected. So it is called Siddha Bakul, perfect tree. You can get devotion from him by hearing Harinam. Then Haridas Thakur was participating in Lila in Puri, and also Rupa and Sanatan, they used to stay with him. They were also not going to Jagannath temple for the same reason. So they were staying with Haridas, but Mahaprabhu used to come. And Sanatan Goswami said, Haridas Thakur, you are the best associate of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu came to preach Harinam, and he's doing that through you. You are both practicing and also preaching Harinam. So you are Acharya, you are the best. Then Haridas Thakur said, no, he will do so many things through you. In this way they mutually praised. And Mahaprabhu also answered how people will be rescued, Muslims and others. Then Haridas Thakur said, by chanting Nama Bas, Haram, Haram, they will be rescued. And what about other living entities? Then Haridas Thakur, you are doing Nagar Sankirtan, you introduced by that, they will be rescued. There is one saying going in the name of our Gurudev, but it is not correctly transcribed. There it is written that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us through Haridas Thakur Japa, but you will get more benefit by doing Cloud Sankirtan. There's some transcription, they got it wrong. Actually what Gurudev said was that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us through Haridas Thakur that chanting loudly is 100 times more beneficial than japa alone silently. Because Haridas Thakur said that when Mahaprabhu asked him. It is not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught through Haridas about japa, but Sankirtan is better. That is wrong. Mahaprabhu asked him what is superior, japa or kirtan. Then Haridas Thakur replied, japa is good, but one will only get himself benefit. But if Nama Sankirtan, loudly chanting, that will be much better. Then others will also get benefit. This is Haridas Thakur's teaching. So properly should be transcribed, that article. In Chaitanya Charitamrita you will find this topic. Then Govinda, servant of Mahaprabhu, used to bring prasad to Haridas Thakur every day. And Mahaprabhu also used to visit Haridas Thakur every day. Jagannath, Jai Krishna, say Gaur, say Jagannath. There is no difference, Krishna, Jagannath, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Haridas Thakur did not enter Jagannath temple to give respect to those rules. But Jagannath himself came to him every day as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he used to spend some time discussing. Then one day Govinda brought prasad and Haridas Thakur was lying down. And Haridas Thakur said, I don't feel, I will not eat. I am not well. I will only take one rice to honor prasad. And what is no, I am physically I'm okay, but mentally I'm not okay. Then Govinda reported to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu immediately went there. Because Govinda said he's not eating anything. Then Mahaprabhu asked him, what is the problem? I'm not feeling good. Physically okay, but mentally I'm not good because I could not finish my rounds. My body is so old and weak and I am unable to chant. So I want to give up this body because what is the use? I cannot finish my rounds. Then Mahaprabhu told him, you are already Siddha Mahatma. There is no need for you to follow this of chanting by counting. That is meant for sadhakas to see how much they are chanting. But those who are siddhas, they are automatically always chanting, like breathing. That you need not tell them to chant, or they are always chanting. Those like Goswamis and like this, they are realized souls. They are chanting only as an example for others. But otherwise, that is no necessity. So Mahaprabhu told him, you are already Siddha. You can chant less now. Then Haridas Thakur, no, that is not good. And also there is, the actual reason is, I sense that soon you will end your lila in this world. So I don't want to experience that. I cannot bear that separation grief. So you please bless me that I will go before you. Then Mahaprabhu said, if you will go, then with whom I will associate? How I will live without your association? Then Haridas Thakur said, I am just one small insignificant ant in this world. If that is destroyed, what is the problem for the earth? And you have so many, your associates, they are all superior to me. Haridas Thakur, because chanting Harinam, he is humble. Real Harinam. Then Haridas Thakur said, no, I want to go. Then Mahaprabhu said, Krishna will fulfill your desire. The next day at 10 a.m., Mahaprabhu came and with all the devotees, and they were performing Sankirtan. And Haridas Thakur took lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his chest and was seeing his lotus face, and whole life he was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, whole life. But now, at the end, he was seeing the lotus face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, Ha Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Ha Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and left this body like Bhishma, voluntarily, by his own will. Bol Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Then Mahaprabhu, our Gurudev told, he became like mad. And he took the body of Haridas Thakur and was loudly chanting, and with all other devotees, loud Sankirtan was there. And he took him to the ocean, and there was bathing ceremony in the ocean. And then they dig the hole for Samadhi, and they put him in Samadhi with all the regulations and everything. And then they were throwing sand. And then Mahaprabhu also went to beg in Jagannath temple for prasad, for the feast, and he wanted to carry himself. Then Swarup Damodar and others told, no, we will carry. So they carried prasad, and Mahaprabhu himself was distributing with his big hand. So everyone got how 5 persons can take. That much Mahaprabhu gave, and he said up to neck everyone has to take. And with his so much speaking the glories of Haridas Thakur that it seemed like Mahaprabhu is speaking with 5 mouths. He was giving prasad with 5 hands and with 5 mouths speaking the glories. Then he said that all those who witnessed Haridas Thakur's Disappearance festival, who participated in it by dancing or singing the holy names, who offered sand on his samadhi, or took Mahaprasad on this occasion, will quickly attain Krishna. This is the fruit of seeing a great personality like Haridas Thakur. The Supreme Lord is so merciful that he gave me Haridas's association, and now the independent Lord has again wished to deprive me of that association. When Haridas decided that he wanted to leave, there was nothing I could do to keep him back. He left his body at the very moment that he desired to do so, just as we have heard that Bhishma did. Haridas was the exemplar of humanity in this world, and now that he is gone, the world has lost a jewel. All glories to Haridas Thakur. Sing the Lord's holy names. Having finished his eulogy, the Lord began to dance once again. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Haridas Thakur's Tirodhan Lila disappearance pastime took place on the 14th day of the waxing moon in the month of Bhadra, means today. Once I said to Gurudev, the one devotee told me to chant 1 lakh Harinam, 64 rounds, by counting 64 rounds. Then I said, Gurudev, I can do, but then I will not be able to do other things, other forums like Bhagavat hearing, because no time. Then so what I should do? Then Guru said, then how Haridas Thakur could chant 3 lakhs and also do other things? How is that possible? There is no any such limitation. How was that possible? Then I said, Gurudev, that is beyond my comprehension. Then Gurudev smiled and he said, because he was chanting during night time also. That is why it was possible. But we cannot do. So we have to do as much as we can. and give more importance on chanting Harinam than other devotional forums, because there is some difficulty in Kali Yuga with other forums, and it is prescribed to give importance on chanting Harinam. So today is Disappearance Day of Haridas Thakur in Puri Dham. There is his Bhajan Kutir and also Samadhi Mandir. I am bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy. Gurudev that time told, you have example, Haridas Thakur. He was chanting. And also our Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj also. So that example you have to see and follow for chanting Harinam. So tomorrow is Bishwarup Mahotsav and the last day of Harismaran Mahotsav month.